Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Hey, Sierra, you need me to come out there and get rid of that guy for you? That was funny. I said Sierra on my phone, thought it said Siri. Okay, wait just another minute here. Well, sorry, I was having trouble getting you in there for a few minutes. I don't know what's going on, but I gotcha. Okay, I think we've got who we're going to get. Let's take a look at today's agenda. Not going to need to keep you too long today. All right, first things first, there might be a few people still. If you did not turn those vocab test questions by last night, I did my check this morning. You need to take care of that as soon as possible, guys. It's a test grade that you're going to mess up if you don't get it in. It's already a little bit messed up if you didn't get in yesterday. So make sure and do that. Must be clearly shown. You have checked against the key. You have marked things. You've written the score or something that I can tell. If it's just the same thing there, you got them all right. You haven't made any indication of that. I don't know that you've made corrections. Okay, I'm not going to go and check individual items on a 25 question multiple choice test for everybody in class. It's too much. So show me. All right, big thing going on today, writing. So obviously all the outlines were graded last week. Information for completing what we're going to call the semi-final draft. I think I might have put final draft on the assignment, but regardless, we call it semi-final draft and honors because we will revise these one more time for the portfolio in May. Okay, at least I hope we will. That's what we usually do. But this, make no mistake, this is the 100-point grade. This is the one you need to, put some time and effort into. And look back at all the materials that we've had. Let's look at that assignment there together. Okay, here it is. So it's due October 8th, which is Thursday night. Okay, you got 4 nights to think about this and work on it. Look back over all your materials, then use the content of your outline to put together the final draft of your paper. If you've used full sentences in your outline, a good way to start would be literally to copy and paste from each box into a new document, okay, a regular document, not a table. But please take care to format paragraphs correctly, properly. Indenting the beginning of each, double spaced, and with 12-point times New Roman font. It always shocks me how many students, even my honors classes as 9th graders, don't know how to just standard format a paragraph. Let's look back at the model that we've looked at. I'm not going to be real fussy about headings on this. I know who it comes from by nature of it being in Google Classroom. I do want you to put a title on it. But other than that, this is what paragraphs should look like. Okay, they should be Times New Roman. They should be double spaced. Okay, as in, there's text, it's a blank line, then it's text, okay, it's double spaced. And you should tab the beginning of each paragraph. There's no reason to put extra space in here. Often I get papers that, even if it's indented, look more like this, okay? There is no reason for that. That's what the tab is for. That's what the indentation is for, to show there's a new paragraph, okay? So it should be like that. Tabbed over once, double space, Times New Roman. There's something on the rubric for that, so if you mess that up, you're gonna lose some points, okay? Every paper you should do in high school will pretty much look like this as far as how paragraphs are formatted. Okay, there's also a rubric built in here, and that's how I'm going to grade these. So let's kind of take a look at that together. 10 points for your introduction. It has an opening device and a thesis which focuses on self, not describes in general what happened to everybody in the pandemic or society and stuff. That might be interesting. Might be an interesting way to open up the paper. okay? But the thesis should focus on you and hopefully a narrowed down, focused moment or experience, as I've tried to encourage you to do on my comments on your outlines. Okay, body paragraphs, 30 points here because there's 3 of them. One should build up to, one should describe in detail, and one should show emotional reaction to the experience. Conclusion, 10 points, restates the thesis and then reflects in the present after time has passed. Grammar, not going to be a real bear on this at first. We've only made our way through, over half of, about 2/3 of the parts of speech, but I want to see an effort to use complete sentences with proper punctuation and capitalization, okay? I'll give you a handout on dialogue, so if you have some in there, let's get that punctuation and spacing correct. I don't want to see you not capitalizing the pronoun I or something ridiculous like that. It makes it look like you're texting or social media posting, okay? This is a formal paper. Style makes some attempt at dialogue and or figurative language. Now, we haven't had a chance to study. We've studied one poem, but we didn't get heavy into terminology or anything, so I don't need to see a lot of that, but I do want to see you make some attempt in making your paper more interesting by putting some dialogue or some figurative language, some interesting comparisons having to do with something that happened or your emotions or something to get those 15 points. Okay, show me something, some effort. Format, paragraphs are indented and double spaced. That's what I just showed you. Transitions, 10 points. Use appropriate transitions at the beginning of and or within paragraphs. So like we've talked about before, if you don't use transitions throughout a paper like this, you're going to end up with like 3/4 of your sentences starting with the word I, right? I did this, I did that. Well, it's not grammatically wrong. It is certainly a stylistic shortcoming, okay? So if we see things like consequently, therefore, or even just next or also, however, on the fronts of sentences, then it's going to break up that monotony of sentence structure, and you don't just have the simple subject, verb, object over and over again. One other common error I usually see in 9th graders, I don't think is always corrected in middle school, is something called a comma splice. Okay, so we don't want to have a sentence, a comma, and then another sentence. Okay, you need to have a comma and a conjunction, and or but or for, so yet or nor, one of those to make a compound sentence, or a semicolon. But you can't just have a sentence, a comma, and then another sentence, because if that were the case, we wouldn't need periods, and we do. Okay. All right. Pop back to the agenda one more time here, and the other thing that is going on is back in the All for Love unit, you should be finishing, hopefully not just starting, but you can still do it. Romeo and Juliet Act 3, and that study guide is due by tonight. 20-point grade, and boy, is some stuff happening. Yeah, we got some actual action going on, as well as all the emotional stuff. So don't miss out, keep up, get your study guide done tonight so I can grade it tomorrow. We'll have a big review in class tomorrow. What we'll end up doing is like last time, I'll review half to 2/3 of it, and when we run out of time, I'll post a video of me reviewing the rest. That is it. Who has questions? Guys all good? Okay, thanks for coming. Get your work done. Have a good week.